All right, karibuni sana to yet another week, another conversation about politics, about the economy. We throw in a bit of social stuff. We've just come from Easter. I hope all of you had a good Easter weekend, and I'm sure that was a short week, but it's what it is. Before I go into my conversation, I want to appreciate every single one of the 5,000 people who have subscribed. I'm informed, I've never done a YouTube channel before, but I'm informed getting 5,000 subscribers within a period of 3 months is a big deal. And I really want to appreciate the confidence in all those people who have subscribed. I also want to appreciate the team. They're behind here, laughing and smiling, happy because of the amount of work they've done, just making sure that these clips are done and done well. In fact, I hear now they want us to start doing things where you have, you can see different views to show to naendelea beyond the 5,000. But hey, really thank you so much for getting us to the 5,000 number. Thank you so much to the crew for making sure this happens. Today I want to talk about something important. As usual, I said I'm going to always start my conversation from a local perspective. And my local perspective tends to be Mount Kenya. And I know there are people who get upset that I should be talking national issues. And I say the nation is made up of regions. And I come from one. And I do tend to think about my region quite a lot. The issue of unity of purpose. I'm a political scholar, political science scholar and philosophy. And one of the things you're taught is the issue of power and influence. A lot of people think power is forceful. The most powerful people in the world don't use force. The most powerful people in the world, you don't even notice. I don't want to talk about the joke about how you get a small girl, you have those people who have daughters, how much a small girl can actually get you to do, your daughter can get you to do without exerting any force. Now that is power. And when you think about it from a political perspective, and I look around at the politics that is going on today, and I keep asking myself, do people really understand how political power works? First, in a democracy, you're only as powerful as the people allow you to be. If you ever woke up today and the country refused to allow you to govern them, there's nothing you can do. You could be in charge of everything, you could be in charge of the state, you could be in charge of the government. If the country turned against you, there is nothing you can do. And unfortunately, with the world being such a small space, you get so many other people interfering in the process that you realize that power is no longer what it used to be in the past. Today, you exercise power through influence. And influence is soft. Influence is unfelt. Influence is getting people to do something for you because they want to do it. Influence is about aligning interests, making sure that as I do something for you, I benefit along the way. And I use this example because this week, a gentleman we've had very interesting history. One Mwangi Kionjori was on radio. And he had a few choice things to say about leadership, kingpinship. One of the things I remember he mentioned is the process that various people who have been regional kingpins for Mount Kenya have gone through. He gave an example of Jomo Kenyatta. We know where he went through. He gave an example of Mwai Kibaki. He talked about Uhuru Kenyatta. I suspect that particular conversation was meant to cut the proposed regional kingpin of the day, who is Rigathi Gachagua at the moment. And I know because of the very strong emotions that exist for and against RG, there are people who are very happy about what Kionjori said, and of course there are people who are very annoyed with what Kionjori said. My position is simple. First, nobody in Mount Kenya is going to succeed at the expense of the other person. And I think the sooner everybody understands that, the better for everyone. Today, Mount Kenya is not running government. Mount Kenya is not running the country. The power of Mount Kenya is going to be on how big a block they are, because that block is powerful, that power is influential. Should we make the mistake as a region of breaking ourselves into small pieces, where you have a small piece, powerful piece here, another powerful piece here, another powerful piece here, another powerful piece here? What you're going to end up doing is giving whoever is running the country options of who he can work with when he wants to engage the region. The more options he has, the less power any of those options have. I have said this many times and I want to say it again. Mount Kenya region needs to go behind the tent. Watu warudi nyuma ya hama. They need to forget their personality differences. They need to forget their political differences. And they need to come together and on a purpose. I don't want to ask people to come together to build someone and make him a regional kingpin. I want to ask people to come together and make sure the Mount Kenya region gets what it deserves. Right now, the main conversation is one man, one vote, one shilling. And we know how that conversation goes every time it is introduced. We say one man, one vote, one shilling. Another region says 1 kilometer, one vote, one shilling, blah, 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 blah. But we know what one man, one vote, one shilling means to us as Mount Kenya region. And if you asked me, that is a very critical reason for people to come together. I have been told I am biased in support of Rigathi Gachagua. People suggest it's because he comes from Nyeri and I come from Nyeri. No. I understand how power works. It doesn't matter how Rigathi Gachagua became the number 2 most powerful person in politics in this country, but today he is the number 2 most powerful person in this country. There are people who are more experienced than him, for sure. There are people who are smarter than him. There are people who are more articulate than him. There are people who are better than him, but they're not number 2. And he's going to be number 2 for at least the next 4 years. The question is, when he is number 2, during this period he is number 2, he has access or influence within the state, within government. But that influence and that access and that power is dependent on how much capacity he has within his region. Assume we all decide, which is very easy, but it's so easy to fight Rigathi Gachagua if you want to. There's always something you can fight him about. Let's assume we decide that's what we want to do. We will fight him for 4 years. The best we will do is destroy him and ourselves. We have an option. We have smart people. We have intelligent people. We have articulate people. We have experienced people in our region. And we have Rigathi Gachagua as number 2 from our region. I wish it was possible for all these people to come together in one space and decide we are in this space at a time like this. There's a story in the Bible about Esther where her uncle Mordecai told her, it is for a time like this. She was some girl from a peasant family who had become queen. But at a certain point, she's the one who saved her community from annihilation. Today, I am not saying Mount Kenya region faces annihilation, but we can see yesterday, this weekend, this just a couple of days ago, there was a meeting called by Rigathi Gachagua in Nyeri, here, to discuss about illicit alcohol and drug abuse. Something that is ailing our region. Very overtly. We all see it, we all know it. In every home, we know somebody who's struggling with alcoholism or drug abuse in our region. If that is not annihilation, I don't know what we're talking about. We have 4 years of this government, at least. I hear some people say it could go for 10 years. Time will tell. But at least we have 4 years of this government. What are we going to get from this government as a region? Can we align ourselves? Can we put our ducks in a row? Can we agree how to work? Not because we like each other, but because the region requires it of us. In 50 years, it won't matter who did what. What will matter is whether our region is still a player in national politics. So I want to urge all those people, Kinjuri, experienced, smart, articulate, why not go and figure out how you're going to work with Rigathi? Put your heads together, forget your personal differences. Figure out how you're going to help our region. If you're going to fight, it's always been said, as a family, fight inside. Close the doors, fight as much as you want. But when you come outside that door, come out as one team. That is the only way we are going to survive politically as a region, my good people. Let us learn from the Somali community. Let us learn from the Rift Valley Kalenjin community. Let us learn from what Musalia Mudavadi is doing right now with Western Province. You never hear about their fights outside. Why do we imagine we're going to take our fights outside? For heaven's sake, good people. Our region, I want to urge you, all of you, please, rudi nyuma ya hama, figure out how we are going to deliver 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling during this term. I know we got the increase in CDF funds according to wards. Good step in the right direction. Let us make this thing happen. Remember, when all is said and done, it is what you did when you were there. You don't know how long we're going to be there. Please step up. That's all I have for today. Please keep visiting us. Please keep coming and hanging out with us. We still have some of the best nyama choma in town. We have some good pilau, we have some good tea. And as I heard from my team, we'll start polishing up and giving you some exciting video clips in coming days. So thank you very much. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Thank you.